Hello, my name is Lydia and you're watching Open Studio right here on Cape Town TV. Today in studio I am with Clothing Bank, an organization that offers skills to unemployed people who are willing to run their own businesses. So they are here to tell us more about who they are and what they do. Welcome to the show. Can you please introduce yourselves?
Thank you for having us. I'm Tracy Gilmore. I'm one of the co-founders of the Clothing Bank.
All right.
I'm Zimele. I'm trading appliances.
Bukeka, trading clothes.
All right. Let's talk about where Clothing Bank comes from, why it was started.
So the Clothing Bank's vision is to inspire, skill and support unemployed South Africans to eradicate poverty in their lives.
All right.
And we do this by building relationships with all the major retailers. And they donate their excess stock to us.
Okay.
And then we use that stock as a tool to teach unemployed South Africans how to run businesses, as well as an opportunity for them to earn an income. So currently we run a 2-year training program where we teach business, finance and life skills. We offer lots of support through coaching and mentoring. And people are given the opportunity to buy the stock from us at a very reduced rate and then to go out into their communities or wherever they identify where they would like to trade. And then they obviously sell the goods, they make a profit, and they come back and buy more stock. And that's kind of how we run.
And I believe that Zimele,
Yes.
Babu Zimele, respect, Babu Zimele and Bukeka, right? They were part of that training, and right now they are business owners. I'd like to know, like, how that experience was for you.
I think I must talk first because I'm the one who was at TCB first before my husband. It's been a great experience. I was working before as a sales lady, and I got experience there. And I was also selling few stuff, some small stuff. I wanted to have a big business, but I didn't know where to start. So I heard about Clothing Bank, and then I've applied. I sent an email, and then they responded, and they told me about the opening. So I went there. I didn't know what to expect, but I thought I would go there, buy, and sell. But it's not like that at all. I've learned a lot at TCB. We have a coaching, we have a mentoring, we have a counseling as well. At first, I didn't know because I didn't have money. So we got a loan so that we can get our first shopping. So we shopped for that 600 rand. And that 600 made 1.5 for me when I sold all the clothes. And then I came back then. So we have to pay the loan. So I sold the stuff, and then I paid up the loan. I've been there for 2 years, 3 months now, because I'm an ambassador now. I finished my 2-year program. And on that program, during the 2-year program, we have an ISBP, that is informal small business practice. It's where we learn how to advertise our businesses, how to grow them, how to grow our businesses, and also to network as well, because there was a function during the ISPP business function. Then we went there, Clothing Bank took us there, and I learned a lot there. So my business went well. My husband was still working there. So he quitted his job because
he will tell his part.
Okay.
On that, he will tell on his part. But I want to know, it's Women's Month, and what does the saying mean to you? The saying that says, when you educate a woman, you educate a nation.
I think it will go back to my husband as well.
Okay.
Because it's true, that note is true, because women have more influence to the nation as well. It started at home, so I influenced him to be in the business. I didn't know, but I think I did, because when I told him about, he know Clothing Bank from me, he know how my business do. So when there was an opening, I told him he was unemployed. So there was an opening, and then I told him there's an opening, and he was interested. And then he wanted to go. So when he came back there, he said he wanted to start his own business. So it's true, what I've learned there, what they educate at me at TCB, it's I'm implementing to my husband and my kids as well, and to my community. Because I also tell them about the clothing. Yes.
Babuzmel, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. How was your experience working with being in Clothing Bank, being part of the organization Clothing Bank?
It helps me a lot. As she mentioned that my wife, if I was working while she joined TCP before I joined, and I was in the security industry. I worked for ADT company as a controller, and when they sell the company to another company, then I decided I have to move out. And it's been a long time I want to do something with my hands, because I like to work with my hands. And she told me that there is going to be an opening for the appliance bank at TCP. Then I was so interested, and then I went there, and then they took me. As I joined the program, I learned a lot, especially on repairing the items. So as she mentioned that they're teaching us a lot of stuff, how to save, they are doing everything in our business, how must you know how to run your business. And I follow everything. I think now I'm 1 year and 6 months. I'm still in the program. And it assists me a lot, because now I know how to stand on my own. I'm not depending on, I must wake up and go to look for a job or something. And it changed totally in my mentality, the way I'm thinking. Even now, like I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking about my customers. I'm thinking about how am I going to move for this weekend. So it helps me a lot, and especially for my family, my children. I now feel like I've got that dignity.
I was about
as a
to
father
ask.
in the house. So that's all I can say.
We need to take a quick break, but we will continue this conversation with Clothing Bank just after these. Welcome back. My name is Lydia Mutinana, and you are still watching Open Studio right here on Cape Town TV. I am still with my guests from Clothing Bank, an organization that offers skills to people who are unemployed and willing to open up their own businesses. Before the ad break, I actually wanted to speak about the projects that Clothing Bank does, and the collaborations. Sorry, twist of tongue. Collaborations that you
Yes, look, I think collaboration is key to our success. So we are really a great example of when you've got corporates, non-profits and government working together with a shared vision and the same value system. So really the government helped us scale. So we've now got branches around the country, Cape Town, Joburg, Durban, East London, and we've got a small branch in Paarl. And the corporates, being our retail partners, they are really our power partners. They donate about 160,000 items a month to us through our 5 facilities, which has enabled us to support at least 1,000 South Africans a year, particularly people that are wanting to run their own business. So the ecosystem that we have developed is really one around healing and transformation, with relevant skills transfer, as well as an income generating opportunity. We really think you need those 3 components to have a successful project, because people need to earn a decent income so that they can make real choices in life. And freedom is around choice, and having a decent income, you have choices to make there.
Can you talk about what you do for the environment? I see the GROW project. Is it GROW project?
Yes.
Let's talk more about that.
So we basically have 3 projects. So the Clothing Bank is our core program, and that's what started in February 2010. Out of that has grown our brother project, the Appliance Bank. And we run a 2-year training program. So we were concerned. We were thinking, what's going to happen after 2 years? You know, we run this great program, and after 2 years, is everybody just going to drop off the cliff? So we started to ask our women what projects or what businesses they'd like to move into. Because the skills that you're learning at the clothing bank, you can put into any business. It could be catering, the beauty industry. So the areas that came up were catering, beauty, and early childhood development.
Yeah.
So we started to develop micro-franchise opportunities for our women to migrate into. So one of them was an early childhood development center called GROW.
Okay.
And GROW goes into townships and into communities and transforms schools that are already there, creches that are already there, into these GROW models. But it's giving you first-class education. So the equipment's there, the curriculum's there, the support for the teachers. We encourage and teach the principals how to run their schools as businesses, so that the teachers are all earning a decent income.
Yeah.
And parents no longer have to transport their children to, let's say, schools closer to the mountain where they're thinking that there's better education, when you've got these awesome beacons of hope within your communities. It's amazing. We have 31 schools now.
I was about to ask how many you have.
Yeah, so that's around the country. I think in the Western Cape there's 21, and we're still growing. So and what we've actually found is that it wasn't our women that wanted to migrate into the programs. They're very happy trading, and the freedom of trading offers mothers particularly opportunities to be at home in the afternoon with their children. So we're really now finding existing creches and transforming them into GROW models.
Yeah. You don't only give skills to people who are unemployed or people who want to like have their own businesses in future. You also have a way of changing how they see themselves. How do you do that, and why?
So it's really about self-esteem. Everything in life is really about self-esteem and building levels of confidence and self-awareness. So our program is structured around I can moments. So in our year one, we have it's modular-based training. So everybody will go into the classroom. It's very experiential. It's interactive. It's achievable. So you leave the classroom feeling like, I can do this. Because so many people haven't matriculated. And, you know, we tell ourselves a story like, I'm stupid. And it's not true at all.
Yeah.
And then we take out that tape recorder and put in a new one. And then in the year two, which Bukeke was talking about, is our informal small business practice. It is a powerful, powerful course. And that is an NQF level 3 qualification. And how you see people grow in that process is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so one of the subjects is binary numbers. And you're thinking, why would one have to do binary numbers? But it just builds your level of confidence because you start realizing, gosh, I can do this. So that's the program. We really, I can moments.
You being the co-founder of the organization, take me through the process of starting and how you thought about it and why you even thought of, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So working with women particularly has always been a passion of mine.
Okay.
And, you know, as South African white woman, I wanted to try and level the playing field in some way. How do we help women empower themselves, and what can we do? So that's when I really fell in love with working with women. And then my partner, Tracy Chambers, is very focused on education. So that between the two of us, I wanted to build income generation, and she wanted to focus on education.
Yeah.
So we put our heads together and used our networks to build the program. In the beginning, we thought we'd have great product and some business skills, and we should be fine. And then we realized actually there's a lot more that needed to be done. People need an opportunity to heal. People have been through trauma. How do we provide an environment where people can really learn and grow?
Yeah.
And that's how we started to put in other parts of the program, like coaching, like mentoring, etc., etc. Realizing that you had to be very holistic in our approach to building this program.
Yeah. Take me through the challenges that you have faced. How old is Clothing Bank now?
So the Clothing Bank's been going for 10 years. The challenges that we face, we still...
Like in this 10 years?
In this 10 years, yeah. I'd say some of our challenges that we face are obviously getting enough supply, particularly for the Appliance Bank. That's something that we really need to focus on. In the Clothing Bank, we've got an abundance, but the Appliance Bank, we need more suppliers to come on board there. And then the other challenge is our retention rate. So we're working at about a 50% retention rate, but it's such an amazing program that I challenge myself all the time. Why can't we have a higher retention rate? And it's got to do with, you know, social economic problems, and I think that's a kind of a systems change thing that we're not in control of. So how do we support people even more if we can? So I would say those are our biggest challenges.
And I don't know whether it's recently where the organization caught fire.
Yes.
And
So
how was that?
It was, I mean, it would be nice for Zimele and Bukeke to share their view on that too.
Yes,
because it was a real shock.
Uh-huh.
It was, you know, our stock was gone, up in smoke, literally.
No, it was Tracy. Someone phoned me and told me that clothing bill is a fire. So someone sent me pics. I couldn't believe it. I sat on my bed, I was crying, and my kids saw me crying, and then asked me why Mama was crying, and then I told them that TCP is on fire. I lost someone. It's like I lost my mother.
Sister Mele, can you please take a quick break? We'll stay on this question because I really do know, I want to know how you bounced back from that tragedy, because it must have been a tragedy. I can see it while you're speaking about it. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back just after these. Welcome back. You're watching Open Studio right here on Cape Town TV. My name is Lydia, and I am still with my guest from Clothing Bank. So before the ad break, we were still talking about the organization catching fire and your experience, how you felt, and all.
As I was saying, I was in a bad situation that time. Yeah. And my son saw me crying, and he asked, "Mom, why are you crying?" And then I told him that TCP is on fire. He looked at me and said, "Yo, Mama, it was your last job," because he knows that we go there every day, me and my husband. It's our job, because we are schooling there. They know that we are schooling there and we are stocking there. But it was a great experience that we also know that if God started something, He will finish it.
True.
Yeah.
It was a very bad situation to me as well, because for me, I didn't have yet another suppliers.
Yeah.
I'm depending on them. So I was just thinking, I'm just joining this thing and I enjoy it now, and all of a sudden it's gonna be a fire.
Yeah.
But when I went there to check if how's things after that fire, I met Tracy. She told me that, don't worry, there is gonna be something after all of this. Things will be fine again. So I did also feel like this is a bad situation.
Yeah. You say all your clothes burned.
Absolutely everything.
Everything.
Yes, it was about 10 million rands worth of stock.
Oh my goodness. So basically it was almost like starting over.
Yes.
The organization.
Yes.
So I believe that you have different branches, right?
Yeah.
Of Clothing Bank, the organization in Johannesburg
And
and
Durban, East London. Yes.
Yes. So the branch that burnt was the one in Cape Town.
That's right.
And that was recent, like in May. That's like recent. And how did you bounce back?
Incredibly fast. It's been a miracle. But you know, we really work, we're all pieces of the puzzle, and we all work hard, and we all believe and are passionate about the Clothing Bank and the Appliance Bank. And so are our supply partners, which is very fortunate. They have been incredible.
Yeah.
We are back on our feet. We're literally back on our feet. Everybody is trading. We've got stock. We've got supply of stock. We've had to obviously move into quite a lot smaller premises. It's quite cozy, but it'll be okay. We really are back on our feet. The general public have donated a lot of second-hand clothing. The response has been phenomenal. Really,
And
we're blessed.
and how have you bounced back from it? I mean, did you have enough stock for you to sell in the meantime while there was a fire, or you had nothing at all, like you didn't know where it will come from?
Save. Yes, I've saved. So I took from my savings, and then I stock. I also had stock at home.
Yeah.
The only thing that assists me, because I catch up very quickly on repairing while they were still teaching me. So in my storeroom, I did have an e-waste. So I took the broken ones, because when you are fixing, you never throw away even a small thing. You try to keep it. I just took some other items I fixed, then I add it on my stock, then I went to sell.
Yeah.
Yes.
And after the whole fire, what was on your mind? Like, what's next now for Clothing Bank?
So we are inspired by the resourcefulness of people. I mean, it's been amazing how people have not, their businesses carried on operating. I mean, we didn't trade for 3 weeks and people came back and they had saved, and I mean, amazing what people did to survive. So we are at scale when it comes to the Clothing Bank. There's definitely room to grow the appliance bank. I'm seriously passionate about that project. It is really restores dignity in men. It's so super powerful. I want to grow that program. I'm just not hitting that sweet spot. We just need to find some more suppliers.
Yes.
And then there's another angle which we need to look at, and that there's a lot of fabric waste out there. And there's so many women in the communities that have got a sewing skill, but they don't necessarily have the business skills to manage their talent. And access to sort of cheap fabric would really help them, and then we could help them with some business skills. So we're looking to go and source fabric now through our supply partners, and it's starting to trickle in.
And how do you come up with these programs? And which one was first? And then as you go along, how do you think of these programs? Okay, we're going to have a men's program now, and we're going to have this program now.
Yes.
Like, how do you go from this program, creating this program, to creating another one?
It kind of evolves. It's like an accumulation of things, and then you find the collaboration. And we very much focus on the waste that you find within the retail supply chain. So waste really is the thing that ignites our innovative thinking.
Yeah.
So when you say what's out there in the waste, how can we use that as an opportunity to really generate income for people?
And if you were to talk about poverty, do you ever think of that and then be like, okay, this is our strategy on how to deal with this, deal with poverty or people facing poverty?
Yes. So we use an impact measurement tool called the Poverty Stoplight. And the Poverty Stoplight really has helped us understand that poverty is multidimensional. It's not just one thing. And we use this tool as an assessment at baseline, and everybody joins us, and we do it again at 12 months and again at 24 months. So the idea is that people have a fantastic goal-setting tool, and you can really drill down and identify where you are stuck in poverty. Because actually, as South Africans, with that tool, you realize that you're not as poor as you thought you were. And immediately there's a bit of a boost, because you're thinking, you know what, I can get out of this. It's not completely overwhelming. And then, because we have group coaching, the coaches help everybody work through that Poverty Stoplight assessment and help people set goals to get themselves out of the areas of poverty.
All right. Let's talk about where we can find you.
Yes. So please have a look at our website.
Okay.
It's www.theclothingbank.org.za. The Appliance Bank's also on there. Grow has a link on our website, but they also have their own website. Look at us Facebook. We're very active on Facebook.
Yes.
We've got an annual report on our website right now. It's just been published, and that's actually got Bukeka and Zemelo's stories in it as well.
Right.
So that's nice and useful to go and have a look at that.
Yeah.
All the
Thank you
stats.
so much for joining us. It was a pleasure,
Absolute pleasure.
speaking to you guys, and it was a pleasure being on your screen. But until next time, it's bye-bye.